I don't like losers. I love losers. You know why? Because you can count on a loser. You can count on a loser's behavior. It's repetitive. And right on a dime, you can just continue to count that a loser is going to go back to doing what a loser has done in order to determine and everybody else to come to the conclusion that they're a loser. It's going to happen. I can't wait. We got player props. I got a parlay for you right away. I've got anytime TDs. I haven't sifted through. I hit you with the first TD. Yes, we have it here for you. I need a thumbs up. I need a subscribe. Speaking of losers, the parlay we hit for Thursday Night Football did not hit. We did get Christian McCaffrey first half and a bunch of voided shit with Brandon Ayuk. Okay. Why is Dak Prescott behind me? Well, let's look at this. Again, did I mention thumbs up? Subscribe. Thing about Dak is he's not good in this certain situation. Dak Prescott, who, mind you, came off last year a brutal, historically bad season. All of the he missed all these games, and he's still so many interceptions. And what did he do? He went out of his way to say, well, that's not going to happen again. There's no way that I have even 10 interceptions. And that may be the case, but you know what? When it comes to this game against Arizona, he's in a really bad spot. And that is a road game sandwiched between two home games. Dak has a history of struggling. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just looking ahead to a home game. I don't know if it's just circumstance, every single freaking team that he's faced in this spot, but it's definitely enough to look at overall 5-11 straight up, 5-10-1 against the spread. And the kicker here is the TD interception ratio of 20-15. So, first place, Dak Prescott interception. Let's get that one out of the way. The first play overall is Dak to throw a pick. Losers repeat. You know, winners break out of slumps. Winners find ways to change outcomes. Losers ultimately, I'll sit there. I'll sit there like a loser and throw an interception. It's what Dak Prescott does in this spot. Again, I'm giving you a specific area of the schedule in which Dak Prescott routinely struggles, and that's where we open up. Speaking of which, hello, Russell Wilson on the road. First 3 weeks of the season. This is a guy who is struggling in this spot as well. But there's one key area. So if you just look at the overall 4-11 straight up against the spread in road games over the first 3 weeks of the season, that's his career. 4-11 straight up against the spread. Awful, awful numbers, except his numbers aren't bad. Shout out to my guy, Walter Football. I know he loves them. Let's get on over to BetMGM. But real quick, before we do that, the second play, and you'll see Russell Wilson, 2+ passing touchdowns. Amazing. Why? Because he's got a TD to interception ratio of 29-6. 29-6. Now, you can argue that Russell Wilson this time around is probably going to be the reason why this team would lose on the road to Miami versus him doing everything and the team still finding a way to lose. But no, I'm fine here. This is a great spot. Speaking of which, who else is Lamar Jackson throwing the football to, right? We've already seen Zay step in. No Beckham. Banged up around. This guy just makes way too much sense in a game in which the Colts probably not going to keep up. Lamar Jackson to be able to fling the rock. Zay Flowers has definitely stepped in as a top target. It makes way too much sense, and it's our third leg. I mentioned our guy, Walter Football. Shout out to him. WalterFootball.com. You should be on that site. If you're on this site following along football stuff, which you should be, all our videos, you should Check him out. All right, here you go, Walt. Here's your bone. I'm on the other side, but you know what? It's not a free or bonus bet or what have you. So bet $10 on anything. You might as well put it on something like this. Put $10 on the Broncos money line. You'll get $200 back in bonus bets. Not bad, right? Right away. I mean, that's the stuff that you want instantly right into your account. This stuff takes 40 seconds to sign up. 21 or older, gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. That's it. That's it. Just showing you some stuff. Just holding your hand through it so you can sign up at BetMGM and get that free $200 right back in bonus bets. That's all. I'm trying to help you here. I know he's going to say he helps people. Anytimes. First touchdown. These are difficult. You want them. This is what you've asked for. This is what you've demanded ever since Thursday Night Football opened up. Amon Brown, St. Brown. Sound like Chris Russo up in this mug. God dang it. All right. Speaking of the Colts, they just beat the Texans. Speaking of the Texans, their quarterback's banged up. If you look at Houston's losses, they're inside like the box score, statistic stuff. They did not get smashed. And in areas, some key areas, mind you, they were actually better than their opponent. I don't think this is an automatic destruction of squad just because Jacksonville has better quarterback on paper, better coach, some seasoned spots. Look, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying here that you're dealing with a narrower or a little, not as wide, I should say, of a talent gap. But Houston has played this team tight. And again, they're not, I hate to use this phrase, they're not as bad. But when you see a team that statistically inside the box is not getting beat up to the tune of what the score says, okay. So our first touchdown is actually Dameon Pierce. I know that's a little crazy, a little out there, but plus 950, you put a tenth of a unit on there. You get Pierce for a first touchdown in a game back and forth where they're probably going to have road team. All right, we'll see what happens. We know Jacksonville's going to defer. Houston's defense good enough to get a stop, at least limit to a field goal. So we get Pierce up there. Now, this one's fun. Our next play, our second actual first anytime TD play. You know I can't stop when we get a narrative. Dip that sucker in sauce, break out the silverware, and let me just go. I love to eat a narrative. Alexander Mattison. They just traded for Cam Akers. Cam Akers isn't on the field. Alexander Mattison is going to work. And Alexander Mattison is going to demand. And you know what? Alexander Mattison, wouldn't it be in the NFL just some crazy, silly NFL shit in which Alexander Mattison pops off before ultimately becoming a part of a share in the backfield? Give me Mattison anytime right now, cuz. Anytime. Now, a little wonky, a little crazy. We build. Thielen, number one, anytime quarter unit there. Yes, please. Plus 260. Hey, man. Andy Dalton up in this mug. And you know what that means? Red hair everywhere. Gets caught in the drain, gets caught in the shower. It's just awful. Awful shit. But Dalton is a sneaky spread cover. He's a sneaky wallet builder. You give me Adam Thielen, anytime touchdown, he's going to be Dalton's favorite target all day, and Dalton loves going in on that slot spot. You better freaking believe it. Give me Adam Thielen, anytime touchdown. Now, Eric Lindquist, least approved play of the day. Tyreek Hill. I'm going back to this game. 3 touchdowns for Tyreek Hill, 42-1. I said it. Go ahead. You don't like it? Take it up with Lindquist. I couldn't give a shit. Take it up with Lindquist. You don't like it? You don't like it. Again, here's the bet. Did I mention here's the bet? BetMGM, $10, get 200 right back. All right, here's the deal. Before we get out of here, I have a parlay for you over here at Odd Shopper. It's plus 1262. The first leg is Derek Carr under 234.5 passing yards. This is the parlay from Odd Chopper Premium. You have to be behind the paywall, etc. I'm going to give it to you, but first, you sign up. All right. I'm going to give you 70% off your first month or week, whatever you decide to do. And in the process of you signing up here, I'm going to give you this leg. Pardon me, this whole parlay. I'm going to give it to you all. Derek Carr. See, that's it. It'll take a couple of seconds to sign up. Should we run through them? Noah, Marvin, Kenny, Pickett, 32 pass attempts. Marvin Jones, under 14.5, longest reception. Noah Gray, under 16.5 total receiving yards. And Derek Carr, under 234.5 total passing yards. Freeze, pause, whatever you want. Appreciate y'all. Plus 1262 is that parlay. We've got a bunch of great stuff coming for you for the weekend, so don't go anywhere, including looking at Lindy's and Lofty's, and everybody's got locks. So we want you to be a part of it because you don't want to miss anybody's locks.